Good evening. It's my pleasure to welcome you to the Missouri 2016-2017 Teacher of the Year. We're very excited about this evening. My name is Paul Katnick. I'm an Assistant Commissioner for the Office of Educator Quality at DESE. I have also your MC for tonight's event. This evening, we celebrate a very special group of individuals who daily work to effectively increase levels of learning for the students all across our state. We're going to begin tonight's celebration with a few words from Mr. Charlie Shields. Mr. Shields served for 20 years in Missouri's General Assembly as a member of the House of Representatives and Senate and as President Pro Tem. He is President of the CEO of Truman Medical Centers, and he has served for over 4 years and is now our current President for the Missouri State Board of Education. If you would, please join me in welcoming Mr. Charlie Shields.
Thank you. It is indeed an honor to be with you tonight. Paul mentioned I served 20 years in the General Assembly, and so I've been out for 6 years, and people ask, do you miss politics? I can assure you, this year I do not miss politics. So we're here this evening to recognize the accomplishments of Missouri's 2016-2017 Teacher of the Year and this year's finalist. We celebrate and congratulate these outstanding teachers, their students, schools, and districts, and many of them are here tonight. They are true examples of the effective educators we want for all children in our state, and we are grateful to them for their valuable work and certainly for their inspiration. This year's Teacher of the Year selection process was different than in years past. For the first time, the Department of Elementary and Secondary Education hosted a regional Teacher of the Year recognition so that more of Missouri's outstanding educators could be recognized. We had a great response from all over the state. 31 teachers were recognized for their contributions to Missouri schools, and they have joined us here tonight. Welcome to those regional finalists, and thank you for your great work in the classrooms every single day. So that was the good news, but while moving to 31 finalists help us recognize more Missouri teachers, it also made the process of selecting our State Teacher of the Year even more difficult because of so many finalists. I want to thank the selection committee that worked extremely hard with their focus and dedication to this program to make sure that we had the right person for the Teacher of the Year. You know, the best educators go beyond teaching students about grammar, photosynthesis, or fractions. The best teachers give hope to their students. They help students believe in themselves and believe in a brighter future. Teachers can help make students reach their full potential and achieve their dreams, no matter what the child's background, zip code, learning ability, or income level. Teachers simply change lives. Our Teacher of the Year, Darby Valente, is living proof of that. Because in her past, and an art teacher's help and influence, Darby was able to overcome immense struggles in her childhood and become the outstanding person we see today. And I certainly know that we're all looking forward to her comments later in the evening. If you listen to what her nominators wrote about Darby, they highlighted why she is such a hero to many of her students. And let me quote some of these nomination comments. When Darby started her math club for kids, we had a wonderful problem. We didn't know how we were going to adequately hold and supervise the 50 kids who wanted to participate in the program because Miss Valente soaked a passion for math in them. Another said, Darby makes it a personal mission to build relationships with students in order to reach them and enhance their learning experience. She leads a student council that helped form a Hats Off event for a student who had lost everything in a household fire. She organized a campaign to help a staff member deal with cancer. Darby designed and led a professional learning experience focused on active learning strategies and student engagement. 100 staff members participated, and the teachers felt like winners because of all the useful ideas and structures. She is an exemplary teacher, but also an exemplary person. So imagine a state where all Missouri school kids had a teacher who reflects the same excellence as teachers that we honor here tonight. I have the honor of serving with 7 other members of the State Board of Education, and these are all folks that give of their time and are extremely dedicated to making Missouri better and making education in our state better. We talk about 4 goals, which you're probably familiar with, but the 4 things that we focus on every single meeting. Making sure that every student leaves K-12 education college and career ready. The second goal is making sure every student enters school ready to learn. The third is being operationally efficient as a department so that we can drive the maximum amount of resources into the Missouri classroom. But last, and maybe the most important goal, and the one we give the most focus and attention on, is preparing, developing, and supporting effective educators. In short, making sure all 900,000 Missouri students have a Darby Valente standing in front of them. So how do we do that? Well, it sounds simple, but it's kind of complicated. We start by identifying students in middle school and high school who we know will be great prospects for careers in education. Next, we work with our colleges and universities to strengthen requirements for teacher candidates. We want to set high goals for those people who want to stand in front of our most important resources, our students. It also means that we enhance the student teaching experience so that teachers enter the classroom on the very first day ready to learn. And last, and I think this is incredibly important, it means developing strategies to support and retain teachers. It is simply not acceptable to lose great people and great educators out of this profession. A career, you can clap for that. I think I heard one clap there, so. We have to keep our best. You know, a career in education is a calling. Missouri is better off for those who answer the call. I'm sure if we think back, and we can all remember teachers who inspired us, challenged us, and cheered upon us to encourage us to reach our dreams. 50 years later, I can still name them. And it was funny, when I was writing these comments, I wrote down the 3 teachers that made a difference to me. Then I looked back to the comments I made last year, and it was the same 3 teachers. Mr. Fike, who was my band teacher, Ms. Parker, who was my 4th grade teacher, and Mrs. Reynolds, who was the meanest, hardest algebra teacher I ever had, but made me love algebra and made a big difference in my life. So I owe much to those teachers, and we owe much to those, all of us as adults who have made that big difference in our life and helped us achieve all we have accomplished. So thank you to all the great educators and all the teachers in this room for helping make Missouri kids dream bigger, learn more, and hope for a bigger future. Relax, have a great evening, and a good conversation. But the one thing you need to remember that someday, 50 years later, they will remember your name. So you'll be the Mrs. Parker, the Mrs. Reynolds, and the Mr. Fike. Thank you, and have a great evening.
I'd like to invite you to continue enjoying your dinner. We'll go ahead and start the formal part of our celebration this evening. I'd like to open this evening with a quote from a gentleman named Mark Van Doren. This is what Mr. Doren says: "The art of teaching is the art of assisting discovery." Tonight, our purpose for being here is to celebrate the art of teaching accomplished by some truly amazing teachers. This evening, all of us have the privilege to meet and the honor to recognize some of Missouri's finest.